Hello everyone, welcome to Coffee with Friends. Okay, so today is actually the first episode that we have started, and so a Coffee with Friends is basically an initiative started by the Minda Club. The Minda Club is an NGO which we are driving to help people to reach happiness, to experience positivity, to live more fulfilling lives. So one of it is actually on the 10th of October is World Mental Health Day. So we were like, okay, let's do something for the community. So one of it was actually to have this initiative called Coffee with Friends, where we will engage inspiring individuals like my friend right here. We'll engage them and ask them to share stories with us about their experience, their entire journey, about how they realized that there was something that they need to change, and then what happened after that. So it's all about sharing and all about inspiring others. So we really hope that you guys will enjoy this session today. So today I have a very special guest today. It's like one of the person that I'm really inspired with. Her name is Raasini. So hi Raasini, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Karina.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Okay, I'm doing good. This is really early in the morning and I haven't had breakfast. So yeah.
Me too.
So it's
It's okay,
okay.
we can still do it.
Exactly, it's still early in the morning, so we'll have time. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so Rasini, to everyone watching, Rasini, I knew her back in 2018 where when we attended the same classical Indian dance class. So, fun fact, Rasini is actually a professional dancer. If you have the opportunity to watch her perform, I am dead serious. She is super talented. She is so talented. I've watched her perform. I got emotional. Like I really, really got emotional. Yes. So
Oh,
Rasini is someone who's so inspiring when it comes to doing something very traditional, and we live in a very modern era. So for someone who's really pursuing something so traditional, it's like it gives people hope. Like I also want to do this. So Rasini is actually one person who inspired me to take up classical dance. So yeah, so I'm really thankful that Rasini decided to join us here today. And yes, so also another fun fact, Rasini is an Isha volunteer. So for those of you who don't know about Isha, don't worry. Rasini is here. She will share her entire journey of how Isha has actually transformed her, and I guarantee you, you will be very inspired. So Rasini, okay, can you share with us like how it started from the very beginning?
sure. So, I'd like to introduce myself first. Uh, my name is Rasini, and I study in the same campus as Karina. Just that we both are from different faculty. She is from the what
Science,
faculty?
social.
Science, Social
Oh,
Kemanusiaan is there.
yes,
Human
in English
sciences and
it's
all this.
yes.
Yeah, see, I know. Okay, I am from science and technology background. So specifically, I do a degree program in biology. So we both are about to go for third year studies, right, Karina?
Yes,
So
exactly.
yes, so I am from Kuala Lumpur, with Putaring Jaya dash Kuala Lumpur. My life is in between here. So yes, and other than that, yes, I am an Isha Foundation volunteer also. And Isha Foundation is a kind of like a movement be founded and began by Sadhguru himself. Many of you might have known him for the way he is so well known right now.
Yes.
But Sadhguru is a yogi. He's a mystic, but most importantly, he's a humanitarian who works for inner well-being, not only about external well-being, or for inner well-being through yoga. And this inner well-being, he wants to take it to the entire world. He even says that he targets for 7 billion people today. 7 billion people should take their lives in their hands. So
Mm.
how they do it is they offer yoga in a way where it is pure. It is pure and it is not modified or something. It is more concerned about how you conduct yourself within. So his mission is to get this to go to all people in the world. So this is what Isha Foundation is all about in a short word. Though
Mm.
you can search about Isha Foundation and Sadhguru and through his official channels. He has YouTube, Instagram, and everything,
Mm.
Facebook. So you can know more even through Isha Isha.sadhguru sadhguru.org is the official blog for Sadhguru, for you to know more about him and what is Isha and everything. So that is a small gist of what is Isha. Volunteering means it is just in short like I, not only me, along with 9 million other volunteers, we get together to make Sadhguru's vision and mission true. So whatever he is, we are the same thing also. So yeah, this is what volunteering is. It's just that we offer what matters to us a lot, which is of course how Isha touched us. We offer that to many people also. So how it all started. There's so many things I can say actually, but before I go there, I would say that when I look back and see all the issues and so-called dark times that I went through, I'm actually grateful. I'm thankful because there are so many other people who are going through more severe situations than me. They are going through domestic violence, or they are going through some kind of depression or anxiety much more worse than what I had, or they are going through a really hardcore physical issue. Maybe they have a physical disability, or they don't have good financial background, or they are very underprivileged. They don't have food to eat at their home. So these are more severe actually compared to mine. But just when I look and see like, oh my goodness, I thought that my problem is the biggest problem in the world. I thought like that. So when I look back and see, first of all, I would say that I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful actually that I was not in the worst case, though I stepped out to help people through volunteering at the end of the day. So how it all began was, like I said, actually I had everything. I had a good home, I had food to eat at home, I had good clothes, I had good studies, I had good family, I had everything that a growing child needs. So it's your only thing is I didn't conduct myself well from within. You know, you can do so many things outside. You can ace in your studies. You can get flying colors of results. You can do anything you want outside. But if you're so broken inside, it's just so screwed actually. So my story is actually when I was born, I was actually raised by my grandparents since birth until I was 18. So my kind of environment is quite different. Means I was brought up in a much more traditional way. So I am much more like I don't know what's the right word, conservative, traditional.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bit more Indian, all those things. That's why I emphasize Bharatanatyam, the Indian classical dance a lot. Yeah, because my grandparents are the one who put me into it. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, so I was raised in that kind of environment with the studies, the kind of studies, and I was just acing in everything. All like people acknowledge me and call me like a topper student. You know, Plaza Cemerlang. You know, all these schools have Plaza Cemerlang, the list of students that are bright stars and hope givers of the school. So yeah, I was one of them in the list. So everything was just so perfect, all just nice. I had everything. Just that when I started to grow up, like around until I was like 12 or so, actually my grandmother brought me up in this meditation kind of thing. So it's just that I was brought up in it. It's like it was instilled into you and you were brought up with it. That's it. But I didn't get the chance to question things. I didn't, because when we are growing, it's very important that we ask questions. If you are doubting something, you have to ask questions. You have to explore. You have to understand and know things on your own. It's not just whatever people say. You have to shake your head. No, you have to question. You have to be daring to do that. So I didn't question anything. No matter I had doubt or what, I was like, okay, whatever they give me, I'll just do it. I just do it without questioning or what. So that is what I did until I was 12 or what. Then when we are in that age, like around 13 or 14, you start to see, okay, I have to know things on my own. I have to try this and that and everything. So that you will try to explore life in its entirety and all. So I was brought up in that certain kind of meditation that my grandmother was initiated into. So since I was born, I can't remember my age. I think I was very small. So until I was 12. When I was 13 or so, I left it and I came back to it when I was around 14. So yeah, I was not the religious kind of person or something until I was 13. In that gap between 13 and 14, I was going through the Indian kind of culture. What is Hinduism, the deities and everything. I was trying to understand things on my own. I explored, and it was very, very interesting. It depends on, there's no fixed thing actually. It depends on how each person take it, how they take it and accept it. There is no right or wrong rule. It's just how you see and accept things. So I was like that until I was 14. I got back to the kind of meditation that she was doing. It was very calming. It was very calming. I became a very humble and loving person or what. But again, I knew that I am not um, exploring things. I'm just like, okay, whatever they give is good. I'll just do it. I was like that. Okay. But until I was 16 or 17, again, you grow up, your mind, your mindset, your mentality, everything changed. So until 16 also, we had this PT3, which is the substitute for PM exam, right?
Yeah.
So this PT3 is where everyone in the school were like, Raasini, top student, Plaza Chamala. And they were really, really happy with the results I got. And academic life was so super. The moment I entered Form 6, that is when this admits came, additional mathematics. So this additional mathematics is something that I couldn't cope with at all. You know, I was
Yeah.
not the technical kind of person. Even when I was in Form 4, Form 5, 16 or 17, I had a lot of issues with additional mathematics. I did physics also, it's okay, but I didn't like it. Didn't really like it as well. Though additional mathematics is something that I really, really suffered at that time. So probably that is the only subject that brought all of my overall result down. So at the same time, this is my academic life. Okay, like I was not performing well in my studies. Even during SPM also, after I got the results, I still can remember my entire family came. Not even other students, my side, entire family came with hopes I'll get 9 A's or what. Everyone will like ask me will get 9 A's, 9 A's. Last I got 6 A's only. So everyone like, you know that face, that sour face, that muka
Yeah.
masam. So I actually witnessed it. So when it comes to my academic life, there was quite of a pressure because of expectation. People's impression, expectation, their views was what my life was about at that time. I was very dependent on their things, what they want to expect and everything, how they want to see me like. So that is what mattered the most at that time. I was not standing on my own. So that is what my study life was, and it was quite pressurizing, honestly speaking. Honestly speaking, it was very pressurizing. Probably one of the reasons I was very disturbed. I don't really know how to term it. Is it an anxiety or depression or what? Maybe to some level, yes. So I would say that it was because people expect, we cannot stop them. Because we cannot stop the way people think. We cannot expect anything out of them. Though I was not an acceptance towards myself. I couldn't accept myself. I was just too dependent on what people think. So that was my study life. In another section, okay, one is studies, another one is something was going on within me until I was 18 or so, which is I don't really want to address over here on what is the actual matter due to the involvement of some people who are very, very close to me. Though for whatever that was happening around me, I didn't have the guts to speak. I didn't speak when I knew I was not agreeing with what was going on around me. Like, you know that something is poisoning you. You knew that something is harming you emotionally or mentally. situations around and all. So I was not brave enough to speak when I knew that this is not me. It's like situations around me and people around me were trying to inculcate some kind of value in me, which I didn't really agree with. I was not ready to go along with. But I didn't speak. I was 16 or 17. Actually, we should be able to speak, but I didn't speak because the kind of dependency I had on other people, on other people's views and expectations, because I always thought that what other people think is the best. I never really knew myself in actuality. So that is the truth. So as situations started to get more intense and at that time scary at that time, so I started to sacrifice myself for it. You know the sacrificial things, like it's okay. I just go for it. You won't
Yes.
really take a step that you have to do something for yourself. No, but I just do it. Why? Fear. Fear is the biggest thing that took away most of my young life because of the fear of not getting accepted. Tidak diterima. I was afraid that people will not accept me for how I want to see my life, because I was afraid due to certain factors. I was afraid that people are going to harm me or threaten me or what, which at that time the tendency was there. I thought like that lah. I thought like that lah. The tendency of people harming me was there. So that kind of things were happening. I was asked to do things that I didn't really like, and the situations that I were in, I didn't really like much. This issue that was going on, it was not a small thing. It involved people who are very dear to me. So it is much more complex. So I didn't have the guts to speak because of fear and all these things. So it's like two things, if I dropped in my studies, is actually the main reason is this issue that was going on with me. So until I was 18 or so, actually it got much more scarier. It started to haunt me. I still remember that people who see me now, they would really know that this is not the same Raasini. Back in 2017 or so, they know how my voice also used to be different. How I express myself, how I offer myself to people, used to be very different. I used to be just, yes, people say, Raasini, you're a very confident person, you are very talented, all the usual things people like to compliment about you. Even I had that thing, probably because I had a good studies or what. So yeah, I had all the good comments and everything, but only I knew how much I suffered from within. Okay, people, we don't know how many people in this world, they are smiling, they are doing all the things, they have all the things they do, but when they are alone in the room, they are the one who cries so badly. So I went through that phase where I would cry all alone. I had beautiful people around me, I had my family and everything, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who close myself up and cry. So that was a very hard phase, to a level where, honestly speaking, this is not a conversation, right, Kavina, where you have to hide things. No, I would daringly say that I attempted suicide as well, because many people are doing this when situations around them going scary, yes, but they didn't know how to handle themselves with it. So this thing that Sadhguru says always, all these things, we are not denying. We are not denying anxiety, depression, everything. It happens. I really accept and agree it happens. But it's just that your own intelligence has gone against you. Every mechanism in yourself has gone against you. You didn't take a pause to look, to see, right? So yes, I would say I attempted suicide as well. So it's just that I didn't do it. Probably the only reason was my grandparents. I knew how much they loved me at the time. I knew how much they went through to bring me up. They did everything to me. They showered me lots and lots of love. Even until today, they would say, among all the people, the one that I trust is you, Raasini. So how can I break that trust? We cannot expect the society to understand if we commit suicide or what. Yes, people won't do. Honestly speaking, not everyone will understand why one person suicide. They'll be like, oh, why she suicide? She's so stupid. They'll be thinking like that. Some people are like that. But are my grandparents will be able to face what the society says and everything if I do this? So it was boiling within me. I still remember all the fright night I used to have. I had breathlessness. I couldn't breathe at all. So properly at night, I had nightmares. I would just cry, and this kept going on and on and on with the suicide attempt and all. But when I was about to go for my matriculation college, so that was in mid 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So actually, I didn't get matriculation college. I applied for Penang, Johor, and Perak. I got none of them because of certain the system, how the system works and everything. Though I was, my mom spoke to me. Why not you try Form 6? You know, you go for Form 6, tingkatan and down. So I don't know, is it because they think I'm a bright student? You know, if I go to Form 6, I'll really score flying colors, 4 flat, and all those things. So 4 flat means 4.00, which is the full pointer, the full CGPA, the full mark of a so-called perfect and well-performed student. So that is what my mom, she put me into. I said, okay. I was like, okay, I went through so many things until then. So why not I take this Form 6 as a break for myself or what? So I was thinking maybe there's something new for me to see out of Form 6 is still a school environment, but it's a bit different from the way you are approached, from the way you communicate, from the way you dress in school. So it's very nice, you know, because when it comes to Form 1 till Form 5, they have to wear a uniform. But when it comes to Form 6, they have to wear a bit formal, a bit nice, you know, the office kind of attire. It's nice. So okay, I'll just go for it. When I was 18, like I said, I actually went back to my parents. So remember I was talking about studies and the personal thing that I was going through. I also took time to be with my family because I don't have the experience. I didn't have the experience of how is it like to be with parents and siblings. So here and there, I was drowning also. So that is another anything that went against me was part of the depression story. Okay, so yeah. So when I was in Form 6, I had to go back to my grandparents because the school that I was studying, SMK Taman C, was near to my grandparents' home. So I had to stay there for 2 months. Yes, I only did Form 6 for 2 months, not 2 years. Because after that, I got an offer to do matriculation studies at Negeri Sembilan. Okay, so those 2 months are very, very precious to me because that is where slowly, without me inviting, things started to change. So how it changed was at this point, I actually dropped everything that I believed in. I dropped everything that I believed in. I dropped everything that I was holding on to. Because at the end of the day, honestly speaking, belief and all these things, it's actually good, yes, but it is only there to aid you. You have to believe in something so that, okay, I'll come down, I'll do things. You have to keep telling yourself the thing. You are actually supposed to know things on your own. Knowing and believing is different. Do you have to believe that you're breathing right now? No, right? You know that you're breathing. You know, you can feel it within yourself, right? So it's the same thing. When it comes to you and the fundamental truths of life, you're supposed to know it on your own. That is where you will question things and everything. Not when you just believe and everything, you're not opening yourself to questions. You're not opening yourself to possibilities. It can be like this, it can be like that. No. So at that point, I was actually I dropped everything that I was holding on to. And coincidentally, at that time, I came across this Buddhist monk. He had this Bodhi Nyana monastery in Australia, but he come from I can't remember what is that line of Buddhism, because there are many types of Buddhism. This is Theravada Buddhism, if I'm not mistaken. And he comes from the Thailand kind of. He had his guru, who's also a monk, from the Thailand kind of Buddhism. So his name is Ajahn Brahm. So his Sanskrit name is Brahma something. But people call him Ajahn Brahm. So I would really, Ajahn means teacher.
Oh.
It's not Ajan, it is Achan. I actually took Thailand classes, so I know how to pronounce that. It's Achan. It means teacher.
Achan. Okay.
A very honorific, yeah. It's a very
Wow.
honorific name for teacher. So
Mm-hmm.
his name is Ajahn Brown. He's actually a
Mm-hmm.
Westerner, but he became a monk, a Buddhist monk. I would thank Ajahn Brown until today. Even if he is watching this video right now,
Hopefully he's watching.
I would really thank him because
Mm-hmm.
that is where my turning point started. So in his YouTube channel, one thing technology, I really thank this era, this technology era, because this is where everything for many people starts. Because those
Yes.
days you have to go to a guru, you have to go to this place, you have to travel. I think personally, traveling is the best thing when you want to explore and know things on your own. But at the same time, I really thank people who involved in technology. They use technology in a very good way, including Sadhguru and Isha, in a way we use it to change people's lives. So like this, Ajahn Brahm had a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So in this YouTube channel, there were live streams of some guided meditations and some insights about the mind and emotions. Because when it comes to meditation and Buddhism, it can be separated. Okay, so I really like this Buddhist kind of seeing life and everything. I was not very deep into it, but still, Ajahn Brahm instilled that thing in me. I still can remember when it came to his guided meditation, I had tears in my eyes because
Wow.
he made me realize at that time that actually I became my own enemy. Yes, things around were not perfect, people around me, the situations around me, the harm, the threats, the kind of pressure that was put onto me. Yes, things are happening. That one you cannot expect people to think the way you want. You cannot expect everyone to change for you. But your own change, your own transformation, your own emotions, your mind, your body as well, your very life energies, it's what makes you alive. All this supposed to come under your responsibility. So that's why I said in the beginning, when it comes to depression, anxiety, and everything, I'm not saying that you are so stupid for that. No, I went through that thing, so I know. It's just that at that moment, I never realized that it is just my intelligence, how I see things with consciousness has gone against me. I didn't see that. I only, like I said, depended on people's views and expectations and everything. So I would thank Ajahn Brahm so much because he is the one who instilled that realization in me to see that actually I can really do something about myself even if situations don't go 100% the way I want. So I started, it was like a smaller version of Vipassana meditation if I'm not mistaken. So I used to do it every day. So it was a very wonderful experience and I took it with me when I went to matriculation college. When it comes to college matriculasi Negeri Sembilan at Kuala Pilah, it is the best place one can be. You're from Negeri Sembilan, just that you're from
Yes.
Seremban. Yes.
Yes.
So I always come across Seremban, okay, but I didn't know you, Kavina, at that time. So the
After this, you
place
come
over
and
there,
visit me.
yeah. So you know the road to Kuala Pilah. There's a lot of mountains. They have this
Yes.
tall highway kind of thing. They say it is the tallest one in Malaysia or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
the mountains, the mist, the sunrise, the sunset, the clouds, the colors of the sky, the environment, the people I was with in my matriculation life, the lecturers there. We don't call them teachers, we call them lecturers. And all this environment and the independency I had in my matriculation life, because that was my first hostel life. All this time I was pampered by my grandparents, but when you're independent, you learn things on your own. Actually, independent does not only mean external situations. Independent means you don't depend on your own limitations and everything. You're supposed to break it. So my matriculation life is one of my most beautiful phase because that is where so many things happen. So I brought this, continue this Vipassana meditation there. Just that I stopped because of my studies. It was very packed at that time, my schedules and everything. So I didn't know how to arrange my time. Though I did the kind of meditation of my own version. means like just sitting,
Improvise.
and all that. So it was very calming. It was very calming. It was very relaxing and everything. Even I, like everyone else, thought yoga, meditation, and all these things was just for relaxing purposes, just to calm you down and everything. So, but things around me were actually getting much more worse. Things around me were getting much more worse, and when it happened, I started to get more and more depressed. Meditation and all these things is just like a vacation to escape. So it was like that for like until 2018, where I started my second semester. It was the Taipusam season at that time. So during the Taipusam season, I didn't really, like I said, I was not the worshipping kind of person. I was not religious and everything. People, when they think about Taipusam and everything, they will be like, I have to be religious, I have to be very believer and all these things. So, but one thing, when it comes to Taipusam, it is my favorite festival because every year I'm involved in it, except that time gap between 15 and 18. And it was not very involved in Taipusam and all, because when it comes to Taipusam, you can get closer to the deity, which the main deity over here is Lord Muruga. Like many of us might have studied in school and all those things. So Lord Muruga was my favorite deity since my childhood. So we have this thing called as Kavadi, which we offer to the deity as a form of gratefulness, as a form of gratitude. So I used to, there are all kinds of Kavadi. The one I used to carry is the milk pot one that you might have seen in the news or something like that. So I used to do that every year, except for that time gap that I was talking about. So I thought, why not, Raasini? You try to take Pad Kavadi, the milk Kavadi again. Why not you just do it? I know that you don't have certain beliefs or expectation, or you want to demand something from the deity, but this might be a journey for yourself. Maybe there's something that you have to look about yourself. So, sometimes without much calculation and everything, you dare yourself to do something. You don't know where's the destination, you don't know what to expect, but you know there's something behind this. So that is how I decided to take Palkudam. Palkudam means Pal Kavadi, the Kavadi that I carry. So I moved from KMNS, I traveled to my aunt's house, and from there I took the Pal Kavadi from Jalan Tun HSL. There's a goddess, there's a Mariamman temple there. So from there we walk barefoot to Perth Caves, which is at Kompak Selayang. I don't know what's the exact location. I'm so sorry. So
it should be there lah. I guess. I think it's Gombak.
Right. So
yeah,
the distance between the temple and Perth is 13 to 14 kilometers. So I walked barefoot carrying the kavadi and all. So like I said, so it depends on the person. If you are carrying with a sense of you want the deity to do something for you in return, that is one dimension. Another dimension is when you throw yourself fully into it, you really don't know. Like me, I don't know what is my destination. I don't know what am I going to get in return from the deity or what. I didn't even believe in the very first place. But I knew this is something that I have to do. I have to resume. Let's see what's going to happen. So in every step I took up to Bucket Caves and do all the process there, I was drenched in tears. I was crying the whole day. Why? Because is it because the deity did something literally? No. Because I expressed myself. The issue with me until that point was I was not an expressive person. Like I said, I was afraid to talk. I was afraid to be myself. I was not an acceptance for myself. So when at that point, I did everything that a person should do when carrying a kavadi, I did that. And I really offer myself fully into it. The joy of offering yourself without expecting things in return, without prejudice, without fixing something in your mind, that is called as devotion. When you fully melt into it, the whole process, it actually really transformed me. I started to become better. I started to become better after I finished the Taipusam process. I came back to my matriculation college. I continued the kind of meditation, but that was the first time after a long time I actually asked the deity. Have you seen in the Indian movies, they were like, then the bell will be
yes.
So I was like that. I was like,
Mm.
Muruga, if you think my life should really change, if you think I really deserve it, please show me someone who will be with me till the end of my life.
Mm.
Which leads to Sadhguru. So
Sadhguru.
yeah, I don't know. Is it because the deity is the one who sent him, or what? Still a very question mark until today. Because, like I said, I didn't have any belief at that time. It's
Mm.
just what it was in my heart. I just say it, and things happen on its own. So, like 2 weeks after Taipusam or what, I came across this one video of Sadhguru talking about the deity,
Mm.
coincidentally, about Lord Muruga, about how the yogi tradition looks at the birth of Lord Muruga. What does this
Mhm.
signify? What does it mean? How is it? How the values of Lord Muruga can become a possibility in your life also.
Mhm.
So I was watching. I was like, this man is incredible. He is talking in a way where I've never seen before. So
Mhm.
I was not it was very hard to impress me. It was very hard to convince me if this is really true or what. So I just got inspired by Sadhguru and I just left it. So at times I just something in me would say, no, you must really study who Sadhguru is, what is he trying to do, and that's when I got to know about Isha Foundation and
Mhm.
their efforts to change many lives. What are they doing? The Isha Yoga Center, Ashram at Coimbatore, and the consecrated spaces, the energized spaces. What are they offering? What are they doing to the world? I got to know slowly, and they even have
Mhm.
a small, not a small, but a very famous sound music band, which is called the Sounds of Isha. So
Mhm.
I loved music. So I think probably, I said meditation is the vacation place for me where I get there to get relaxed. So, but the problem continued and everything. Music was my another escape place. So I really loved music. I listen to all kinds of music, jazz, and I'm not the pop rock kind of person. I'm more of a jazz, the ambient kind, the spa kind of
Mhm.
music. So Sounds of Isha is very, very unique. The way they do the music is very close to your heart. Very, very close to your heart. So music was the one. I think Sounds of Isha was the one that became the stepping stone in me to know about Sadhguru more, and most importantly, how I can change my life in my own hands. So I thought, okay, I'll try something what Sadhguru offers. So that is how he offered this guided meditation called as Isha Kriya. So
Mhm.
I did this Isha Kriya meditation for one mandala. Mandala is 40 to 48 days because that time is where, if you really notice, I noticed it within me because I do certain practices and everything. But there are some people that are quite sensitive. They see it in this in them, but if they don't see it, then they don't see it. But
Mhm.
actually, the body takes 40 to 48 days for it to get used to something. It's its structure change in some way. I noticed it sometimes also. So this Isha Kriya takes around 48 days to implement itself into your system. Let it be
Mhm.
emotionally, mentally, your body, or energy wise. So that was Isha Kriya for me. Just that what I found insane about Isha Kriya is Isha Kriya had this kind of conscious thought that you have to take in, which is I'm not the
Mhm.
body, I'm not even the mind, which I found ridiculous at that time. What are you telling? I'm not the body, I'm not even the mind. You think what I'm a creature, is it? So so I didn't understand until I started to practice every day until it came to this day. So
Mhm.
why I'm not the body, I'm not even the mind is all that you've accumulated from time to time, your body, your mind and emotions, all are accumulated. Are you going to carry it when you're dying? No.
Mhm.
Did you bring it when you were born? No. All these things were accumulated. They were instilled. Your parents instill certain things. Your society instills certain things. The world instills certain things, and all these things. From time to time, you have to see that this is not you. This was my issue before I knew Sadhguru. Every
Mhm.
issue, everything, I thought that this is me, and that is how I get myself doing. You have to, just how you remove your clothes, you have to effortlessly remove. Okay, not even remove it completely, but at least take 20 minutes a day or something. Just put it out for a while. And you want to wear it back, it's okay because you still have work to do every day, right? But
Yes.
sometimes you have to put down everything that you've accumulated and you see this is not me. This can be mine. This body can be mine. This can be Tristan's mine. Everything can be mine, but this is not me. Just like Sadhguru gives this example, then this copper cup that he has, during one of the live streams I was watching this, I laughed really badly and at the same time I was crying because this is truth that I was finding so hard to realize. This copper bottle, that copper cup that he had, Sadhguru was saying, if I say that this cup is mine, all of you will be thinking, oh, okay, Sadhguru is trying to say something. But the moment I say this cup is me, okay, I have to get out of this place. Sadhguru is mad. So it is like that. It is like that. So that is what the issue that I was facing on this day. Meditation, yoga, and everything was an escape place for me. Just like many people are thinking, meditation, yoga, and everything is only for chosen people who only have certain time, the space, and everything. But I tell you, this yoga, meditation, everything is a form of responsibility to take. You take to change your life constantly. It's not a vacation place like I said, where you relax, you calm, and everything. No, but this is the science of life. So it takes consistency. That's the only thing. No, even I am committed to my studies, to my family, and everything. So many things to do, but I still do my practices because that is what makes who am I. I don't want to compromise it for something else, right? What makes who you are, you shouldn't compromise it for anything else. So that is very, very important. And after I did the Isha Kriya, I got to know this program Sadhguru offers called as Inner Engineering. So Inner Engineering is a program where there's an online version, there's also a face-to-face version of it. But both of them will lead to something called as Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya initiation. So as a whole, in a gist, Inner Engineering is just about Sadhguru offers you certain tools and make you realize certain realities and truths of your life. So certain tools where you constantly use it not as a vacation place, but to constantly polish and transform the way you think, the way you feel, the way you perceive life, to get some clarity. When everything is so blur, so carbo, right? So it just, you always see your life in a very vague form, in a very carbo, in a very blur form. Clarity and that perception is very, very important. So that is what inner engineering instills you. Though it is not a self-help program, you don't. It's not a self-help technique or what. All these techniques I have tried. All the motivational speakers and everything, they are doing very good thing for the humanity and all. Yes, but when you take these techniques as an escape place for you, it doesn't work. You have to transform in a way where you take your own responsibility to handle your emotions and everything. So this is what inner engineering is all about. It is not an escape place. This is what's so great about everything Sadhguru offers. It is about you changing your own life. Sadhguru doesn't come and tell you you have to do this so that you become this more. He only gives you something that has worked for thousands and thousands of years. We have great masters, we have gurus, we have yogis and everything. It's possible for you too. It's just how you make it happen is in your hands and willingness. So inner engineering is about that, but it's not enough when you are trying to have a mindset or what. You have to polish yourself in emotional, mental and body level. But there has to be something happening within you when it comes to your very life and energies itself. Me and you, right, Kavina, we know something is keeping us alive. Maybe the most fundamental and closest thing you can take is your breath. Once your breath is gone, you're finished, right? So like this, something is always alive in every living form which we cannot articulate, honestly speaking. Some people call it divine, some people call it God and whatsoever. You can name it anything. You can name it anything. You name it because of vocabulary purposes, for your understanding purposes, but actually you don't have to name it. You just have to experience it. So this experience has to happen to everyone. So this is what Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, that practice, the yogi practice, offers. So it's just that you have to constantly keep doing this practice so that it will make you a better person, right? Sadhguru or situations around me didn't assure me, okay, I will definitely change your life, Raasini. So I'll give you solace. No. Till now, Sadhguru didn't give me solace. Till now, Sadhguru only made me see what is the truth. What is the most important thing right now? Many people, this is why they are having depression and all these things, is we are not honest to ourselves. When we are not honest to ourselves, that is where you are not accepting yourself. You are not able to respond to anything. Let it be within yourself or around you. You are not able to do that. Honesty is the best thing you can do. You can achieve, you can do so many things to people, but if you're not honest with yourself, it is a failure. is a crime actually when you're not being honest to yourself. So as I did my practices more and more and more, I became more honest to myself, and I felt how ignorant have I been. So yoga, meditation, and all these things actually can help a lot when you approach it with a sense of reverence. Because when it comes to yoga and meditation, many people think
Yeah.
and to the right and to the left. Okay, twist your body. All the
Mm.
studio kind of yoga you see in the
Yeah.
TV and everything. I'm not talking negative about them. They're doing something. It's very good. But just that I feel the essence is gone. Yoga means union. Means your mind, emotions, body, and your very life energies itself, they come in an alignment. When one fluctuates, you tend to go nutcase, you tend to go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to an alignment, you come to a certain level of stillness and silence. Many people cannot be in silence. They feel crazy when they are alone or silence or what, because there's too much of dependency around. When you
Yeah.
can't even enjoy your own company, being alone, you're supposed to be yourself, your genuine self. You're supposed to enjoy, even if you're not able to do that, then you have to do something about yourself. So yoga and meditation, I feel Isha is the only place where it offers it in the purest form through all kinds of people. I'm saying all kinds. No matter who you are, the moment you decide you want to change your life in your own hands, Sadhguru is always there for you. So this is how yoga and meditation helped me a lot. The time after I did inner engineering, I am never the same. It has been almost more than 1 year. I am never the same. Yes, here and there are ups and downs. Some things might rise, but challenges are much more better for you to embrace and see if all these practices, all these things that you've been doing is working or not. Or else, what for you want to talk big to people, you want to motivate people and everything, but you're so screwed inside. It's not fair, right?
Very
So
true.
in this one more than 1 year, what I'm still learning. Yes, I admit it that I'm still learning, but it's better to learn. It's better to fall and learn in something instead of boasting that you know everything, right? So this whole journey with Sadhguru, with doing the practices every day and everything, it just brought so much of clarity to see things as it is. I even thought so positive about something or so negative about something. There was just too much of drama going on. I didn't learn to see things as it is. It's very important to see things as it is. If you see in a way where people think, oh, you should be like this, that's where beliefs come in. It can be very consoling, very solace at that time, but that's where you're actually diverting yourself from how things are in reality. So another thing that helped me a lot in healing myself and everything is volunteering. That's why I in the beginning said that I went Isha volunteer. It's not because you're working in an organization, a society, you want to make it famous or what. No. When you offer something that is very dear to yourself to someone else, there's no bigger joy than that. You can marry,
Yes.
you can study, you can achieve whatever you want. But the moment you give something that matters a lot to you, to someone else, especially, there's so many people, especially during this COVID-19 time, domestic violence, depression, they're even saying that this mental health pandemic is going to happen. People are going for suicide, they're going to opt for all these kinds of harming themselves. This is Mother Earth doesn't want to see this, okay? So at this moment, during these crucial times, when you offer something that's very dear to you, there's no bigger joy than that. I know who Sadhguru is in my life. I know how inner engineering, everything that Isha offers. There are 9 million volunteers. We have never even met. Some of us we've never even met, but we touch each another's life. We touch so many other lives. There's no bigger joy than this actually. So in this, I would like to say during this COVID-19 time, Sadhguru is actually offering inner engineering online. It's been there for a long time. Inner engineering online for free for COVID-19 warriors, which are nurses, doctors, policemen, and everything, all the frontliners, and 50% off for the rest until 2nd of October. It was actually until 3rd of September, which was until his birthday, Sadhguru's birthday. But
Wow, he just
I got
extended
the news.
it.
I just got the news yesterday that it has been extended to 2nd of October because we constantly want to support people. So it is not only about offering yoga and everything to people so that people take charge of their own things, but we also offer food and some essentials through many efforts like Isha Corona Relief, Isha Sangamitra and everything, especially in areas where people are more underprivileged. They don't really know about corona or something. They don't really have the right access to food. People in India, they are very dependent on agriculture. Maybe here we are not very, we're living in a city life, we don't know all these things, but agriculture and Indian culture is inseparable. It's divine for them. So when this drops during this time, it's not easy. Have you heard of farmer suicide in India and all these things? So
Yeah.
we want to support them to at least giving them food. Sadhguru, he begs people like this and say, he really say the word beg, even I beg. So touched. Starvation shouldn't happen in any corner on the planet. Okay, that is the most important thing. You have to check on the person next to you, has that person eaten or not. So that is the main thing we are doing right now, Isha Corona Relief and all these things. Apart from that, we largely and in a widespread manner we talk about whatever Sadhguru offers. Indian Engineering Online, Isha Kriya, Sadhguru offered so many things for free during these times. So I'm really highly suggesting you to go and see Sadhguru's official page and everything. There's so many things you can do. People approach me, Raasini, thank you so much for talking to me about this Indian Engineering Online, because my life is never the same right now. Is it because I gave them solace? No. Did I give them some positive, you'll be okay, you'll be okay? No, 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 no. I just told them something. This tool is right there by someone who's called Sadhguru. You just try it and see. They come back to me and say, Rasni, finally I can see my reality. I can finally see how things work as they are. All these days I've been with prejudice of trying to cover up, trying to think positive too much, trying to make things positive too much. When you're trying to build up too many things, that somewhere inside you're hiding. You need to come out of that. So this is what Sadhguru is someone who is he can be anything to anyone. He can be a poet, he can be a writer, he can joke a lot, he can laugh a lot, he even revitalize rivers. We have this thing called as Kaveri Coin, trying to save one of the main rivers in India, which is the Kaveri. So many things. We have Project Green Hands, we are trying to help farmers and everything. So many efforts we are taking, especially when it comes to Isha Vidya, when it comes to education for the underprivileged children. We are doing so many things actually. But Guru is something else. You know, Guru means dispeller of darkness. Guru is not a teacher, someone who gives you solace, someone who trying to convince you or something, impart you teaching or what. No. Guru is someone who is the light itself. You just have to be with that light. You don't have to, just Sadhguru also say these things. You don't have to look up to me, you don't have to look down on me. You just see me as who I am, what I am. You just have to see that. When you are that, it just equals to you're being genuine and honest to yourself. So Sadhguru has become so deep in my life to a level I know if I'm honest and genuine to myself, I'm also honest and genuine to my Guru. So Sadhguru means truth. Sat means truth. Guru means dispel of darkness. So truth means it is not dyed or colored with all the things that the world says. I mean all. Truth means something that is running the universe right now. That's a reality that you have to be open to. It's not in some kind of thought you have to do it. No, it has to happen naturally. So for that, you need a guru. You know, you will only come to a guru. A guru also will only come to you when you feel that pain of ignorance. If you're so happy, so comfortable, everything is happening the way you want. Even after you're initiated into Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya also, everything happening the way you want. You will never know who is Sadhguru in your life. When you really feel the pain of ignoring what has been going on within you, when you feel the pain of ignoring the fundamental truths of your life, when you feel the pain of ignoring what is happening to so many people around you, that is where Sadhguru himself will come into your life. Like I said, this when it comes to practices, like Shamit Mahamudra Kriya, there are more higher programs. There is Bhava Spandana, there is Shunya, there is Samyama. When it comes to what Isha
Mm-hmm.
offers, there are so many things. But all these things have to be approached in a very humble and reverence. You don't go there to feel like, the vacation that I was talking about. You
Yeah.
don't go there. You might go there initially, but soon you will get to know this is science of life. Okay,
Mm.
it has to be offered in a certain way. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to yoga meditation classes or what. You can go, yes, you can go, but are you going to see it as a vacation place, as a reason for you to escape from seeing what's really going on within you? Are you going to take it like a solace or what? Or you're supposed to take it as a science of life. You take the science, you imbibe into yourself and transform your own life. So all these kinds of things, it has to be transmitted by the guru in a certain way. So this
Mm.
is what we call as diksha, which means initiation. It
Diksha.
has to be it has to be transmitted to you in a certain way. You have to be in a certain way also, because this is something that is very fundamental to your life, that is being transmitted to you. So that is why I say all the Isha yoga practices and everything, it is very genuine and pure in its form. I mean, Kavina, you have went to the Isha Yoga Center, ashram.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you. From everything that is being conducted there, the food that is being offered, how volunteers approach you, what is being done there. I'm sure you might have seen it, how they do it with so much of devotion and reverence and
Yes.
what. Even Sadhguru tells to us until now, I'm not devoted to anything else, but I'm devoted to you, to people. He's telling that. Means what? He's dedicating his entire life and everything for people's well-being.
Yeah.
His power is people's well-being. So that is how, when you offer something that is very dear to yourself, there is no greater joy than that actually. You can gather so many things you want, but when you offer it to someone else, that's the greatest thing that you can do. So I really hope that people who are going through depression, all these mental things and everything, mental health, I understand. I really understand what you all are going through. But just that you want to take steps. It's not only about inner engineering I'm talking about here. Yes, I'm an Isha volunteer, I talk about inner engineering and everything. But any other things you go for, you know, if you're going for one and then you're going for next, you feel it's not right, you're going for next and everything. I feel like the issue is within you actually. It is not in the meditation or whatever that you're approaching. The issue is within you because you didn't see. Are you going for this for a vacation? Are you going for this as escape place? Then you
Mm.
start back your drama, your nonsense again? No. Or are you going to really take this into your hands and take the responsibility to transform your life? Responsibility is not yo, I have to do this. It's not that. Responsibility doesn't. People around you are not responsible. Even the dearest ones for you, they are not responsible for your feelings and everything. It's your responsibility. Only if you take your own things as your responsibility, you will be a better functional person for this world. If you don't take responsibility for what's happening within you and everything, forget about changing the world. You are saying people should change in the world, so many crime is happening, so many nuisances happening and everything, but if you are not changing for yourself, you are speaking of change, what's the point?
Mm.
Right? So this is my story of how yoga and meditation helped me a lot. It's not only I'm talking about Isha, yoga and everything. Me as an Isha volunteer, I know that, but it can be anything you go for. Let it be the Ajahn Brahm meditation I was talking about, or all the steps after that I took forward. No matter what you do, you see how genuinely you can approach it, how you can feel that pain of, you're going for these things not to add up. Oh, I have done yoga and meditation. No, you are going because you have felt the pain of
Mm.
of the pain that I'm talking about. These are wordless kinds of things.
Yeah.
All these things I'm telling you now, Kavina, when it comes to Sadhguru, Isha, and everything, I'm only articulating it my best. But this is an experience that you should really feel from within. You don't need words or language to articulate it actually. So all that I'm saying here is just for understanding purposes. But I surely welcome you to try whatever Sadhguru offers. It's a very internal experience that you have to experience it on your own. You can't express it, you can't give it into words. It's okay. Who cares, right? It
Yeah.
happens within you. It happens within you, and you offer it to someone else. That's why we volunteer. That's it. So these two things, do something that really you approach it with some genuineness and reverence instead of an escape place, no matter what is it, yoga, meditation, or whatever. But for me, of course, here I am today to talk about yoga and meditation, right? So approach it in a very genuine and honest way. Another thing is offer it to someone else. That is the greatest thing that you can do. So these two things, volunteering and also constantly trying to transform myself, is what changed and healed me until now. Thank you.
I'm quite speechless. Like, okay, let me gather my thoughts. That was a really, really deep sharing. So deep. Like, everything you said. Everything you said was like, I can't even find the right words also. But everything you said was, it was so deep, and like, it made sense. Like, to me, it made sense. And from your entire sharing, I could like sum it up. What I learned from your story is, number one, consciousness. We have to be very conscious about what we are doing, what we are feeling, what we are thinking. Then only we will be able to make the next step. And you were very conscious in everything that happened in your life. You were so conscious.
Because yes, Kavina, because like I said, everything was doing compulsively. Compulsive means you do things back to back so unconsciously, you didn't take a moment. It's just take a moment of pause to come into silence and stillness, to see for yourself. When that moment of pause, that silence and stillness comes, you see, okay, I'm not doing something right. This is not me. All that I've accumulated is not me. I have to do something about this. This is what to me consciousness is. Consciousness is a very strong term. Which all these things, when it comes to spirituality, on these things, I honestly speaking, I don't dare to speak it like as if I know everything. I feel even the person who should speak is Sadhguru himself, because he's so good. But everything I'm telling now to you, Kavina, and all who are watching this, genuinely these are my experiences. Okay? Maybe here and there I quoted Sadhguru and all, but these are all my experiences. It doesn't have to be right and wrong or anything. Okay? So to me, that is what compulsion and consciousness is all about. That is how addiction and all these things happens, because you didn't take that one moment of pause.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree
so,
with you.
so big when you tell me you do it everything so consciously, Raasini.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
when you think about it, when you realize that I'm here, and like I want to improve myself. There's something not right, that you feel something that's negative inside you. You want to change it, and I really like that. The second learning from your story was being honest with ourselves, accepting ourselves, and then only. I like this when you say you need to feel the pain of ignorance. Like, when you are honest, when you accept, then you realize that pain. And like, how is it, I feel it, I really, really feel it, and I'm sure those who are watching us also, they can resonate with it. It's so deep. It's
funny, like I said, when I look back and see, actually my problems were not very severe. It's funny how in this vast universe there's so much of galaxies, crazy stuff going on, some black holes, some wormholes, all this entire vast lap of darkness is where all the stars, planets, and everything are. I am a tiny human, so tiny. If I disappear tonight, universe will not care.
Yes.
Who cares? Who really cares if you disappear? All 7 billion people are going to know, is it, when you are going? I'm not even a celebrity or prime minister or what.
True.
See how we are carrying our own cloud and going everywhere. When you realize that you don't have much time left on this planet, I'm not scaring you that you're going to die or what. But when you realize your own mortality, you don't have much time left, you actually treat this day with some respect. You watch what you speak. You watch what you do. You watch what you offer. You watch how you conduct yourself. Because what if you're going to go tonight, right? I'm not scaring you about death, but that is where you are conscious and accept the fact that you are mortal. When you realize that you don't have much time left, that's where you do things with so much of responsibility and consciousness.
Deep, Lawe. It's so deep. But I really agree with
Try
you.
this and see. Just try this and see. When you wake up in the morning, just tell yourself, I don't have much time left today. I'm not scaring you, but you can live how long you want. But what if?
What if?
Then, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like every day, you should make it very meaningful with the people that you are, that you're with the person that you are, and yeah, like thank you so much, Rasini, for sharing your story. It's I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful for you to take this opportunity to share, and I'm sure so many people are going to be inspired with your story.
I am
Like,
too grateful for you for giving me this opportunity to speak. Because this is going locally, we are doing something for people. So I really thank you, Kavina. All these efforts that you're doing for mental health, you don't know what people are going through. You gave me this chance to speak. So I really hope that you touch so many lives.
thank you so much, Rasni. Like, I really appreciate, and we'll definitely have further conversations about this because I feel you're someone so interesting that I can have conversations with you like for hours.
We
Yeah,
should really meet up. I hope our campus
yes,
reopens and then we can meet
yes.
up.
Hopefully, COVID like goes away, campus opens, everyone's fine, and then we'll definitely meet up. Until then, like I'm really looking forward to see your journey with Isha and all that, and keep inspiring people around you. You're so inspirational. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
thank you.
yeah. So for everyone who's watching, please do, like, if you really love this video, and we would really like to hear what did you learn from this story, because like I learned a lot, and I'm sure those who are watching this also, you guys definitely picked up something, at least one lesson from Rasni's story. So do feel free to share in the comments below, because we would love to read them. I'm sure Rasni would love to read them as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and then if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel, because we'll be sharing more content here. And also do follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook name is Reset My Wife Day. And also we have an Instagram page called the LOA Center Official. We'll be updating about Coffee with Friends and also our other initiatives for World Mental Health Day there. And Rasini, for those of you who want to get into yoga and meditation, who want to know more about Isha, you guys can reach out to Rasni. So Rasni, they can reach you through?
So I have Facebook, Raasini Manimaran, RAASINIMANIMARAN. But I'm not very Facebook active, but I'm Instagram active. Raasini _ Manimaran. So I have another one which I dedicated to Sadhguru. And even my focus is actually mental health, emotions, and how you should conduct your body and everything. I have this channel called the Sadhguru in Parvel, which means the vision of Sadhguru. So this is actually a Tamil-based channel. Just that sometimes I might proceed in English, so don't have to worry about that. So it's Sadhguru, SADHGURUVIN dot Parvail, PAARVAIYIL. So these are the two accounts that I have on Instagram. You can feel free to follow me. You want to know about engineering, you want to know about Isha and Sadhguru, you can feel free to approach me.
Thank you so much,
times
Rasni.
it's very important. Yeah, I'm very happy that you're doing this, especially during these times of COVID, because so many people are going through so many things during this COVID time, and it's very important that they begin to take charge of themselves. It's very important these times. You can pick up a skill, you can learn a new thing. I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is the perfect time to see what you have been lacking in yourself and how you can improve yourself more.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rasni. To everyone watching, please really do like this video and show some love to Rasni, because she's so inspirational, and don't let's support her throughout her journey. Yay!
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Rasni. Till then, we'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Bye. We should do this. Say namaskar.
Yes. Okay, namaskar.
Namaskaram means I accept you for who you are. You have become part of myself. Oh, so sweet.
Oh, so sweet.
Namaskaram,
Thank
everyone.
You so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Namaskaram.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Namaskaram. Bye.